Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Hi ladies, it's Yoni and I'm back with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how we made it to TMZ, and I appreciate all of you guys regardless of if we agreed on this situation or we disagreed on the situation. I still appreciate you engaging in my content, engaging on my platforms, because we have officially made it to TMZ, where we can talk about a very necessary conversation about colorism, featureism, and texturism in Hollywood, and how some people get passes and how other people do not, and how that is determined. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's go ahead and get into this topic. How did we end up on TMZ? So this entire situation started with this tweet. And I was defending Chloe because I felt like Chloe was getting a lot of heat. And it was really unfair that she had to take all the heat, when, in my opinion, I feel like a lot of these sex scenes in these movies and shows are becoming like soft porn. That is my opinion. So this woman, she tweeted and she said, Halle Berry getting backshot roles got her an Oscar, right? Question mark. And I responded and I said, Halle Berry is not black. She's biracial, white passing, which is debatable. Plus, she was Hollywood's favorite. Megan Good just talked about how hard her career has been by taking these type of roles. Chloe will learn the hard way. We don't make up the rules. To be fair and completely transparent, I feel differently about my original statement. And the reason is because I grew up on Halle Berry, the Catwoman. And Halle Berry, the Catwoman, she got that pass in Hollywood because I personally saw her as a woman who met the Eurocentric beauty standards. And Chloe does not. Chloe and her sister have had a very hard time in Hollywood because they refuse to cut their locks. And so when I look at Halle Berry before, I'm thinking, oh yeah, like she could easily get a pass in Hollywood. Like they love her. They favor her a lot. And it seems like she gets that pass within Hollywood. And yes, I originally believed that she was white passing. But why? As of lately, when you look at Halle Berry, she tends to meet the Eurocentric beauty standards. And so because of that, when I looked at her, I'm thinking, well, that's what she looks like. That's how she was born. I'm thinking like, oh, like, yeah, she could easily pass as a white woman, especially in Hollywood, because Hollywood does things differently in Hollywood. And so when it comes to Chloe, she's never going to get that pass. And we can use the example of her sister, Halle Bailey, who has gotten a lot of hate and a lot of criticism because she was casted in The Little Mermaid and she has locks and she also has brown skin. So I think it's interesting that Halle Berry can get a pass, but Chloe and her sister cannot. And they have also struggled with getting certain jobs in Hollywood. Also, to be more fair and to add more balance to my commentary, I would also like to include the fact that Halle Berry is not the only black identifying woman in Hollywood who has changed her outer beauty to meet the Eurocentric beauty standards. Now, with me saying that, I do find it interesting that in the history of black identifying actors and actresses in Hollywood, Halle Berry is the only one who was able to play a character in white passing. So let me explain. She was able to play a white Jewish woman in a movie, and she was white passing in this film, and she was able to play that role. That has never been done in the history of Black actors and actresses. And she was taken very seriously. Now, we have seen this in reverse. We have seen non-Black people play Black people roles and get casted as a Black person all day, every day. We've seen that countless of times. You know the rundown. Give them some braids, make them look more ethnic, get them a tan, and they got the role. But it has never been done in reverse. And if you know the history of white media and the fact that the Jews typically own these production companies, they own these media outlets and things like that, for them to allow her to play that role, to allow her to play that Jewish woman, when we all know Jewish people are really good at gatekeeping their image, they ended up giving her a pass for that. And I think that is very interesting. It reads, the 46-year-old Monsters Ball Oscar winner has pulled off an astonishing on-screen transformation in her mind-bending new sci-fi fantasy drama, Cloud Atlas. In the first picture released of Halle in disguise, the African-American actress is unrecognizable as a white Jewish woman from the 1930s, a composer's wife named Jocasta Iris. Now, back to how we ended up on TMZ, and now we are actually trending on Instagram and Twitter. It all kicked off with Chloe Bailey's sex scene, and TMZ did a write-up regarding how this new sex scene kicks off colorism convo about Halle Berry. Now, in my opinion, I don't feel like this conversation really should focus on colorism. I feel like it should focus on the casting that Hollywood tends to gear towards, and it's rooted in stigmas and stereotypes. I feel like this combo should be centered around featureism, texturism. I also feel like this convo should focus more on the palatable culture within Hollywood, because again, the Bailey sisters have been dragged and dragged and dragged, and we all know why. It's because they fit a stereotype that white audiences are very uncomfortable with. Now, with Chloe Bailey trending on Twitter, I feel like that had a lot to do with respectability, politics among Black people and Black culture, and how we tend to hyper sexualize Black women, and we see them in certain ways that are not always the best. And so it brought on a good debate among people online, because Halle Berry has always gotten that pass. And it's just an interesting combo to have, because it's like, why does she get all of these passes? She identifies as a Black woman. She carries herself as a Black woman. She advocates for Black women. However, they tend to give her a pass. Now, when it comes to my final opinion regarding this topic and this debate, is the simple fact that I personally felt like it was unfair to single Chloe Bailey out. And the reason is because it seems like this tends to be a common thing among the Bailey sisters. And I just feel like it's really unfair. Now, in my opinion, I wasn't really happy regarding the sex scene, simply because it fed into the whole thick girl, yellow bone, red bone stereotype that a lot of thicker women are tired of, because we tend to be seen as hypersexual, and it comes with a lot of trauma, and it comes with a lot of triggers. And so for some of us, it was very hard to watch her play that stereotype and then have a very aggressive and vulgar sex scene. Now, to be fair, I just felt like Chloe should not have gotten all the heat. She shouldn't have gotten all the criticism and the backlash. It just seems like Chloe Bailey has a hate train that just will not go away. And she's trying to start her career. She's trying to start her solo career. And it has just been a rocky journey for her. And I actually feel sad for her. Like, I feel bad for her because I'm like, damn, it's like she can't do nothing right. I do feel like her team doesn't really have her back like that. And I get how these 360 deals can be. So it's like, I'm not going to judge her, not me as a Black woman. I just can't do it. But I will say this. I think we should start having more conversations about the sex scenes that we are seeing in these movies and in these shows. It's definitely giving soft porn. It's not just Chloe Bailey's sex scene. A lot of these sex scenes today are definitely giving soft porn. There used to be a time where we didn't get eggplants in our face, limp D's in our face. No one is talking about the limp D that was served to us with a side of strawberries in Swarm, but everyone is coming at Chloe because of her sex scene. I think when it comes to these shows and these producers that are producing these shows, they are allowing a lot to go on within these shows pertaining to sex and sex scenes, and it's giving soft porn. And there used to be a time where we didn't see eggplants. There used to be a time where sex scenes weren't so vulgar, and now we are in a time where they are. And I just felt like it was unfair for Chloe to get all the heat when in reality we just saw Meech's eggplant in BMF last week. And then the P-Valley, the recent season, that was a lot. And then it's just Euphoria. Those are high school students. And even that show is doing a lot. And I think we should really start focusing on what matters when it comes to these conversations. It's not Chloe Bailey. It's not Halle Berry. It's not Halle Bailey. It's really Hollywood. And I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from, because that's truly my opinion. I'm just not here for any of it. That's pretty much all that I have regarding this video. I would love your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. And if you're new here, please subscribe. Also, hit the thumbs up if you like the video, and I'll see you guys in my next one.